the KDLM studios, it's time for Hodge Podge, presented by Partnership for Health and airing on Lakes TV3.
Welcome back to a Hodge Podge. It's Tuesday. That means Becker County Energize. And we are joined via our Zoom studios today. Anna Potvin joins us, and Amy Kilde joins us as well from the Frazee Schools. Amy and Anna, good morning. Thanks for being with us today on Hodge Podge.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Not a problem, not a problem. Let's start off with you, Anna. We're going to talk a little bit about what's Becker County Energizes means to you and how it's important for those kids over in Frazee.
Sure. So, Becker County Energize is a group of people working together to create healthier communities. And I think it's really important for students in Frazee because students are a large part of our community and definitely the community's future. And so it's important for us to invest in them and address their unique needs, especially during the unique circumstances of this year.
Amy, I want to ask you the same question.
Absolutely. So Becker County Energize, of course, is people working together to create healthier communities in creative and sustainable ways. And the emotional well-being of our youth is just as important as physical well-being. So good mental health allows children and youth to develop the resilience in order to be able to cope with challenges that life presents them with, similar to what Anna just mentioned, what we're experiencing now. So of course, this allows them to grow into healthy adults. The community of Frazee and the school system are very important to me. And not only am I an alumni, I'm also a rural community member, a parent, and an employee. So personally, when I went back to grad school, my goal was to bring back tools to my community and school to improve the mental health of our youth. And through Karen and Becker County Energize, I've been able to continue that work by partnering with several projects.
Talk about how Frazee is going to attend school when they come back. What is the start date for the kids in Frazee?
Well, we don't know quite exactly what it's going to look like quite yet. No, we're still working on our 3 plans, just like all the other school districts. I know you just had Mark Jensen on from Detroit Lakes. We are all facing the same challenges and doing the best that we can with our staff and really utilizing their creative ideas. We've had quite a bit to talk about what can we do within the guidelines that we've been given in order to create positive experiences for students. And so I think really the projects that we're working on with Becker County Energize are going to be really important for students, especially this year. And no matter how it looks when we come back, if we see them every day, if we see them a couple of days a week, or if we are full-time distance learning, their emotional and mental well-being is going to be important, and we need to pay attention to that. So all the projects that we've been working on with Becker County Energize will be important this year.
One of those projects is the Hope School Project. Anna, maybe you could talk a little about the Hope School Project and how it's going to work and help out the Frazee schools.
Sure. So this is a project that we are just getting started on, and we're piloting this project here in order to implement some mental health services on campus. We also want to improve and change the way that we address chemical and substance use among our students, rather than just giving them consequences, suspending them from school. We want to give them options in order to educate them and help them change their behaviors in order to become healthier young adults. And so we want to involve students in making these changes and creating these programs, and then Amy will also have a role in that.
Amy, do you want to talk about the Hope School Project and how you hope to help the students of Frazee?
Absolutely. So the Hope Project really is a person-centered approach that carries a trauma-focused lens that creates systemic changes. And so we really look at trauma, long-held systemic beliefs and practices, and environmental factors as being an epicenter for mental health and substance use. So it's kind of like taking a transformative approach of examining those roots and creating solutions to improve them. And kind of just going back to another project that we're doing in Frazee that ties in very well with this is the Cornerstone Project. And I'll be able to kind of tie the two together here in a moment. But this is a project that I've been working on through Karen and Becker County Energize for about 1.5 years. And it's an initiative to create a safe and healthy place for our youth in Frazee to belong. It consists of partnering with other agencies as well as local volunteers to provide activities and programming for our youth. And a couple of the really neat highlights about it is, one is an opportunity for students to be able to develop business management skills by participating with a bistro piece of it, which will allow for hands-on ordering, prep, and kind of bookkeeping aspects. Another highlight is with the positive and creative outlet opportunities through the Arts Initiative. And so they are working to develop and create several murals for our community. And there are also many other pieces and activities in this, which a group of hardworking and dedicated individuals have been developing. And we've been fortunate enough to have a supportive community behind us since day one. So when I talk about transformative justice, it's looking beyond like person-to-person relationship and kind of exploring the, like I mentioned, systemic beliefs that kind of have carried forward behaviors and activities that we're seeing in the present. So we're looking at aspects of community health with our youth, and that ties in very well to our school health. So it's really a piece that's supportive to the Hope Project, because we're working to create a healthier community, which in turn is going to create healthy students in our schools.
How can folks in the Frazee community get involved and help with these programs? Anna?
Well, I would say just in general, as far as helping our youth and developing their mental health and helping them become contribute to the community in positive ways. I think the biggest thing is just to get to know our kids and, when possible, find ways to learn from one another. As adults, we can share our expertise, and we can also have students share their expertise with us because we know they have them, and oftentimes we don't give them a chance to share those with us. But I think most importantly, we need to engage in conversations with our youth, build relationships, and let them know that they matter. They need relationships with people in the community, both within the school and outside of the school, and that is going to help them become contributing members of our community as they grow to adult and hopefully live here for a period of time.
Amy, did you want to talk about the Big Life Journal grant?
I can talk about that if you want me to.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay, so Big Life Journals, we applied for a Healthy Schools grant through Essentia and Becker County Energize, and so we received $2,500 to purchase Big Life Journals for all of our 7th and 8th graders, and so we received that. Big Life Journals are journals that help teach students resiliency and a growth mindset. So no matter the challenges that students are presented, it helps them work through how do I overcome those challenges? How do I set goals, and how do I handle setbacks? It helps them learn how to navigate relationships with others and just all of the things that we experience as adults, but helping to teach them at a younger age how to productively manage those challenges. And so we will be we'll be working with our 7th and 8th graders. They'll all receive a journal. We'll have teachers help. The teachers will deliver lessons around the journal, and we're excited about that because it's one piece of helping students to gain some social and emotional skills.
Before we wrap up, anything else either of you want to talk about before we draw Hodge Podge to a close this morning? Amy, start with you.
No, I think Anna did a great job of describing that piece and really discussing how the community can be involved in supporting the school with the Hope Project. On a side note, if anyone is interested within our community to support the Cornerstone Project, they can certainly get in touch with myself or Karen. At a certain point in the future, we will be looking for volunteers and ideas and things to kind of, get this going, and that's fun.
Sounds good. Anna, anything else you want to add?
I would just reiterate what I said before, just get to know our kids. They've got a lot to offer, and I learn from them every day. It's one of my favorite parts of working in the schools.
Well, appreciate both of you being with us this morning, Anna Potvin and Amy Kilde from the Frazee School, talking about the Hope School Project here, part of Becker County Energize. Thanks so much for being a guest with us this morning on Hodge Podge.